Okay, thanks again for the contribution. I started updating a pull request and I thought, why not take you along the ride? And I show you what I meant when I said or ask you to rebase your pull request and create that against another branch. So yeah, I guess let's do that. And first, let's go to shell. This is Opencast, the main repository. Nothing special here, and it's your pull request basically. So if you take a look at git log, these are your patches, and what we essentially want to do is to take your patches and move them to the branch r/12.x. Short explanation to these branches in Opencast. It's basically developer is the main branch for the next major version, and then Opencast does support two stable versions where institutions can stay on a little bit longer and they get patch releases and stuff like that. So yeah, R12X is the branch for the current stable release, and now we are going to switch to that. And what we want to do here is basically do a rebase to that branch, take all your patches and apply them to that branch, and that's it. So I've already checked out your code, and first thing I should actually do is to create a temporary branch. This is just for me, so that I can work on this. And next thing is I actually do a rebase, and I would always recommend doing an interactive rebase. If you're very familiar with rebase, you can not do that, but especially if you start, always do interactive rebase. And what we are basically just saying is take everything from the current branch that's not on the branch we are going to rebase to, which is R12X, and just apply that to that branch. And -e will show us what Git will actually take and apply there and things like that. So let's do that. And that's actually quite a bit, because you build this on develop, and there are a lot of things in develop which are not in the 12x branch. So let's go down, and here's what's actually interesting. These are your patches, and first of all we're going to delete all patches we are not interested in. So let's go ahead, let's mark all these, let's delete all of them, and that's also why you want to do an interactive rebase. Now you also have these two empty commits, which I'm going to basically take away. We don't need that. So we only want this one commit of yours, and we're going to take that. Next thing is to save and close, and then Git does some magic. It's actually asking me for my password because I always choose to sign my my commits, and that's basically it. So if we now take a look at git log, you see this is your commit, and the last commit is from Arne, which is the current commit on R12X. So we have what we wanted. And the only thing left is basically to push that to your branch. And for you, that's a lot easier because you can just push that as you would usually do. You need a force push. We'll see that in a moment. I can also do that to your branch since you specifically marked this in GitHub as so that other people, or so that maintainers can do that. But this for me means I need somewhat more complicated git push command here, which basically tells Git to push to your repository, and then take my temp branch, this is the branch I just created, and push that to a use hostname. Now I can execute this. This will not work. Let's do it anyway. Here we go. It does now say it's rejected because there's essentially a conflict, and I can't just push over what you did. Well, I actually can using force. and you should be very careful in using force, but here I do know that there is something already there which I do want to override. So here I go, and this should hopefully work. Here we go, and this should now update the pull request, which I guess let's switch back to the pull request. Here we go. And we see the tests are now running. I force pushed to your branch, and if we take a look at the top here, there's one commit which is from you. It also shows me because I've now signed this one. Yeah, and the last thing to do is to update this pull request, and it's still against develop, and we can just go and update that by going to edit, and by selecting R12X here. It will ask if you really wanted to do that. Yes, I want to. And as you can see, there's still just one commit. It's now targeting the 12x branch. Yeah, and tests are still running, so that's good. That's exactly what we wanted to have. So yeah, thanks again for contributing, and yeah, maybe you find other issues to work on. And I guess happy Oktoberfest. Bye bye.